All right, Salakia. I accidentally stopped the video entirely, but that's okay. Just do a part 1 and 2. This is I'm gonna bring out 1 Corinthians first, chapter 9, and let me start. Let me see what good space to start. Uh. Yep. That whole 9th chapter. Let me just get to the point. Let me go to verse 16. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. It says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel." Right? For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. You see? But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Verily, that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of a Mashiach without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all. You see, that I might gain the more. Okay, and there go that word servant again. All right, now let me get another one. All right, let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, let me see. I started 1. This is 1 Peter 5 and 1. It says, "The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that should be revealed. Feed the flock of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind." Okay, neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. Okay, so even with that, and you have to be an example to those, okay, of how to be, and how our conversation should be in this walk, okay, in this truth. So Lockie, I'm just turning off that stove. All right. So going back to Sirach 33 and 17, I'll read it again. It says, "Consider that I labor not for myself only." Right. I'm not, or we're not just preaching just for ourselves. Okay. We're preaching for the whole nation. If you really want to get down to it, even the 2/3. Okay. This is just going to be how it states in Daniel 12. They just, some waking up. Matter of fact, let me, fuck is that? Let me grab it. Damn plane must be flying kind of low. All right. I'll start at 1. Daniel 12 and 1. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." Okay? And that's talking about the elect, right? Because again, this thing revolves around the election. Okay? And those are the ones, again, that's going to seek the learning. Okay? So we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for the elect. Okay? And we hope to be of that number. Verse 2 in Daniel, the 12th chapter. "And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake," right? some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Okay? And that's how it's gonna be, you know. Those that some gonna wake up to shame. You see? For what? Not believing this truth. Okay? Which is the 2/3. Okay? But ultimately, okay, they're gonna be okay in the kingdom. And you know, like the apostle that broke it down, you know, it ain't like Jake gonna be walking around with their head down, man. Okay? It's just a remembrance of this, you know. Dang, I didn't get with it, but that's okay too. You know? That's okay too. Because we all gonna be righteous in the kingdom. Every Hebrew Israelite is gonna be made to where they can't sin anymore in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? They're gonna be reborn perfect. All right, not in this flesh. Excuse me. Trying to see if I got anything else. And I mean, that's pretty much the point. It's just when I saw that scripture, consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek the truth. You know, we're fighting this good fight of faith. Yes, we're fighting for ourselves, but ultimately we're fighting for the whole nation. But it begins with the elect. Okay? So with that, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying. All right, and I'm gonna close and I'm gonna say shalom and on to the next. We almost out of here. Okay? Like the scriptures say, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. All right. So let's just, you know, he that endured unto the end. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.